What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Killing Eve Season 4 Episode 5 review and breakdown. After the investigation into Lars and him seemingly maybe having history with Caroline based on Johan being alive, and Helene and Eve's kiss, we start off in 1979 in Berlin and see the Johan from the photo lead a communist anarchist group, and Caroline waltzes in and name the group the 12 in a mind-blowing opening. This is the origin of the 12, but we don't really get much from it, and we've got 3 episodes coming. A lot of you on Reddit don't seem to have liked this episode, but I really like this Cold War mystery. I want to know who the 12 are. Maybe it's because I'm a big fan of the Hitman games, and, well, it's pretty similar to that. We see here where the photo originated from as the anarchists sit, and Johan is an absolute douchebag as Caroline ogles another man who she fancies, and as well as that, he, or at least the guy's girlfriend, fancies our boy Johan. But her and Carl get down to it. Of course, this does turn out to be Constantine, and there's a reason why they have so much history together. Now, her father catches her, which is bizarre, as it turns out that he is, of course, a intelligence operative who would be in Berlin, but he was actually going to different clubs, going to gay clubs and things like that, and he got found out, which it would have been taboo for one of these guys to do that, and he warned her of, being an intelligence liability with the Soviets who could get to her, which, well, he was the one who turned out to be got. As we cut to the present in Berlin, as Caroline reminisces her time there in the 70s, as Villanelle enjoys the delight of the safe house, and it turns out that Benita is being abused by her husband, which is why she spends so much time there. I do like the idea of Villanelle getting righteous justice and Benita found the finger, and I like the idea of the femme fatale righting the wrongs for ordinary women. It does seem weird that she would do this, but let's not forget what Caroline said to her. She said, well, you've got to do what you're good at. You just stick with it. It's your nature. But she can do it in an altruistic fashion, to be honest. Now, Constantine has got an ear infection after being pushed off the dock last week, and Pam is being trained in the art of seduction and manipulation. This story should be boring, but it is hilarious as she's given horrible clothes, and we cut to Eve's bae, who has seemingly served his purpose and being ignored. And I wonder what his deal is. Why is he so intent on helping defeat the 12? And they found a Cold War professor, but, well, he found her with Helene's daughter, who Eve has kidnapped to get to Helene, as Villanelle pretends that her safe house is on fire, but it was all a trick, and Benita's husband is a firefighter, and she dispatches him in a brutal fashion. I really hope that she gets added sometime to a Hitman game. Now, back in London, Eve is playing with her dangerous game with Helene's daughter, and I wonder what the end game here is with the two, and it's a weird one as they keep topping each other, as we saw at the end of the episode, which, sorry, that's a poor term there, to be, and, well, they appear to be friendly, as Caroline stares at her house in Berlin, and at last, in the past, she belittled Johan, and she just didn't really seem to have any interest in him, probably getting close to him as he was the leader of the gang. And, well, she also did not like Carl's girlfriend, Carolina, and, well, yeah, she's rude to him, and she fancies him, or fancies our boy Johan, so I think that in the future she did get her way in some way with him, which is interesting. And at the party, we see that or at least interestingly, he has killed himself, which has been a cause of the fact that he has been having relationships with men in these clubs. It's a tragic scene, and it shows why she is so cold and distant, as her dad was so blasé about killing herself. And in the present, she goes to see Carolina and they catch up, and she still belittles him. But of course, Carolina does know that Johan is still alive, and Villanelle talks to Benita as they steal his money, and more women are brought to help. But that did not go anywhere, as we know at the end. Now, back in Margate, we have Pam meeting the carnival worker again. I did wonder if he would turn up as they flirt, and this is probably part of her training as she gets the clothes that the other girls have. And even with Helene's daughter visits the lecturer and asks about the photo, and Johan, or at least the lecturer, hated him as he was a country bumpkin and was just an absolute D-bag, as we saw, and died 3 weeks after the photo was taken. But she should speak to Janice, who was actually Carolyn, and well, yep, she gets the footage as we saw at the end of the episode, revealing that Carolyn had her hands in the origins of the 12. Helene does go back to her and wants revenge. Eve has played a smart game getting close to the daughter, and Helene looks visibly rattled by that as Carolyn reminisces again while breaking into Carolina's house. While we get a mirror of this scene in the past as she breaks into the commune and finds out that Carl was a Russian agent, as we find out that Johan has gone to Papa's cabin as Eve checks the Super 8 footage. And it turns out that Carl is Constantine, which actually that kind of blew my mind. I didn't really see that coming. He slept with her to get to her father and even blackmailed the father, leading to his death. However, she wants to offer him a deal, but they are interrupted by Johan, who turns up, and that is how he's supposed to be killed. He did survive this ore beating somehow, and, well, she gets the address of the cabin out of Constantine and discusses if they had a decent, happy life. Could they have had a happy life? I do admit it did get a bit convoluted, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? What was this 12? What happened in these intervening years? We've only got 3 episodes left. But Villanelle has her moment with Constantine, and they are friends again, but Helene meets Eve, and we see Villanelle killed at the end. Oh boy. I wonder if Constantine did have to betray her, and was this Pam's first job? That is the question nonetheless. It's quite a trip from London to Margate there, but I wonder if that was the case. Overall, I really enjoyed this episode. I do wish they started the flashbacks maybe at the start of the season in some way, so we could be like, what was going on? Then we see him in the modern day. But hey, ho, I really enjoyed it. Obviously, Villanelle is not dead. She's going to survive. It'd be really ridiculous if they killed her off just 3 episodes before the finale. I hope. I'm huffing copium right now. But that is it for this video. Please drop a like down below. Do subscribe with notifications on if you want more from us. And I'll see you soon, and goodbye.